All right. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for attending. I'd like to just dive right in to get to know Girls High a little bit better. My name is Dennis Anglum. I'm the chair of the recruitment committee here at Girls High. And looking forward to get some awesome information out there, and never hesitate to reach out to me if you have any questions or concerns you'd like to get students in for shadow days or open houses or anything like that. So let's dive right in. So for one, some of the things that we'll be talking about today are admissions criteria, some of the traditions and history at Girls High, some of the academic offerings that we have, how we do college access and how that might be different from some other schools. Of course, we'll go over sports, our extracurriculars, and we should have some time for questions at the very end as well. But something that gets asked a lot is what sets Girls High apart from other schools. So for one, we have a very storied history, and we have this right here. So the Philadelphia High School for Girls has a 170-year history as a public college preparatory school for academically talented students drawn from the diversity of our city. Our heritage is founded in tradition, and our mission is to graduate students at the university level who are prepared to be future leaders and who will treat others compassionately and lead lives of personal integrity. So again, Girls High is a college prep school. That's what it's been doing for a very long time, and it's what we will continue to be doing. So we do have a 100% college acceptance rate for all of our graduating seniors. So that's a tradition we'd like to continue with, and we always love to graduate our students and send them on to amazing four-year colleges and universities. Some of the things that families really love about Girls High that I'd like to highlight here. We have a dedicated college access coordinator for every student. So from ninth grade to 12th grade, we have someone here in the building every day that's going to be answering questions for students, bringing colleges in to do sessions. We also go and visit plenty of colleges throughout the year, both locally and up and down the Eastern Seaboard. This individual is a great resource that we have. We've had her for several years now. They also host sessions both virtually and in person for students and families to get plenty of information, which kind of connects to what you see on the right, that we do have a lot of frequent communication between the school, students, parents, and guardians so that everyone's on the same page. And yeah, everyone knows what's going on and everyone feels good about the experience here at Girls High. But some other stuff that I would also love to highlight is that there's a very strong sense of community at Girls High and a really deep-rooted alumni network. Both of those go hand in hand. While students are at Girls High, they get to be a part of the community. They really immerse themselves and form strong bonds, and that continues after graduation and then gets picked up by the alumni network. Our alumni network is awesome as well. They help us a lot in terms of programming, things like Career Day, getting students internships, but also providing opportunities for future alumni to stay in contact with the school and continue being a part of that awesome community even after graduation. And we are a special admission high school in Network One. So we do have admissions criteria, and we can see here, starting on the left, we have grades. We're looking for eighth graders and seventh graders for A's, B's, and two C's. In terms of attendance, we're looking for 90% or higher. And for assessment, we're looking, it's all right if students get a 50th percentile in ELA or math. That's totally okay. So, and these are updated admissions criteria that are different from previous years. So I just wanted to make sure to take a second and highlight those. And being a college prep school, would like to highlight the variety of academic offerings that we have. Starting on the left, I'd love to talk about our advanced placement courses. We boast over 20 AP classes. So they are in all academic areas: science, technology, ELA, English, history, the arts. We have a menu of options for students. So pretty much any type of AP class that a student might want to take, odds are we have it at this point. We have a very robust program that we offer for students where they can take the classes a la carte, but they could also take several at a time as well. So we try to cast a very wide net with that. And students in general like these classes. They're very rigorous. They offer opportunity to boost up GPAs, of course, earn college credit, and all of those types of things, which saves money later on and looks great on college applications as well. And next to that, we have our International Baccalaureate program, or as we call it, the IB program. It is a diploma program, which is the most rigorous option of all of the IB programs that are offered. And with the IB program, it really prepares students for college, similarly to AP, but it's its own thing. Um, of course, once students get into Girls High, they get lots of messaging regarding the IB program. It starts in their junior year. It continues into their senior year, and they have their exams and everything like that, most of them in their senior year as well. It's a really awesome, rigorous program. We're one of only several schools that offer it across the city. So it's definitely something for students to consider, especially if they're in a middle school that has an IB program as well. Um, we also offer dual enrollment and a senior year only program, aka SIOP. Both offer opportunities for students to take college classes. Everything is paid for by the school or the alumni association, including travel to the college and everything like that. So a great opportunity for students, even while in high school, to get out into the college environment, see what they like, take some courses, and really get immersed in a super awesome environment. And in addition to our classic academic offerings I just went over, we have several elective course offerings. Also, students in every high school have to take electives, and we try to offer a wide variety for students to choose from. So starting with arts and music, we have an updated art studio. So students like to draw, paint, even make pottery. We have all of that. We have a whole orchestra room, instrument practice spaces. Students can either learn an instrument once they arrive at Girls High, or if they already play one, they can continue to play it. And we have a variety of different levels from beginner to intermediate to advanced levels of instrument practice stuff. And also students like to sing, we have choir and everything like that. Um, in theater and dance, I would say we have one of the best dance programs in the city. Of course, I might be a little bit biased, but we put on a whole program each year. I'll talk a little bit more about that later. But again, we have different levels to our dance program for students from, again, beginning, intermediate, and advanced. So students can pick up wherever it is that they are and where they feel comfortable. And we also offer some theater classes, acting, and those types of classes too. We are also, again, an all-girls school here, so we are trying to also include women in STEM and really emphasize that. So we do have robotics and computer science. Again, we also have foreign languages. We have 3 different ones. We have Spanish, Chinese, and Latin. We are one of the only high schools that offers Latin in a public school setting. Of course, we have some of our classic elective classes. We have creative writing, journalism, civics, and law. And all of these classes were created with student input and based and designed on student interests. And continuing, everybody always asks about bell schedule. So we start at 8:15 every day, and we have 7 class periods, one of those being a lunch for students, and our academic day ends at 3:19. We are located up at the Broad and Olney stop, the Olney Transportation Center. As soon as you get out of the Broad Street line, you will see the school. We are right on the corner, or if you hop off the bus, we are one of the first things you see. So we're right up there, relatively easy to get to from several points in the city. Okay. And of course, dress code, always a question from students. So I will highlight, we do not have a uniform policy. There's lots of bullet points here. Much of that is taken from the district-wide dress code for students. And here we just kind of pared it down for us, some of the highlights, but we do ask for students to wear some type of Girls High gear. We have a variety of different options for those that some are given to students when they first arrive in 9th grade, but we also have a store with lots of different fashion accessories that students can wear that have the Girls High logo or some kind of Girls High identifier, which is always great. So that's more or less what we ask for students, pretty standard. And of course, all religious garments are acceptable as well. So in terms of athletics, Girls High is a very storied tradition with athletics as well. If we're looking here, our mascot is a gazelle, which I think is appropriate, but we have a large variety here of both junior varsity and varsity options. We have badminton, bowling, volleyball, basketball, field hockey, softball, lacrosse, cross country, track and field, soccer, swimming, cheerleading, and more. We've had tennis, we've also had golf. So some of it depends on student interest and who goes out for what on a particular year. But again, lots of options for students. Again, they don't have to have played the sport before to try out. All they got to do is submit their health forms and get out there. And of course, some of them start in the fall, some continue into the winter or take place in the winter, and some are in the spring. So we have a full year of sports available for students to either play or, go and cheer on their fellow Girls High girls. Okay. And in terms of extracurriculars, we have a tremendous amount of clubs for students to join. We have some are in the morning, but most are in the afternoon after school is over. But again, we have a wide variety. I would like to emphasize and highlight that all of the clubs were created by students and run by students, of course, sponsored by teachers, but we have a very wide variety here to try to pique student interest. So we have National Honor Society on the academic side of things. We have an anime club, art club. Also, we have creative writing. We have a variety of cultural clubs as well. I'll get into some examples of those in a few minutes. We have some dance clubs that go on after school as well. The debate team, which I sponsor, so that's always awesome. We travel around different debates around the city. We have an eco recycling club. An example of a cultural club is our Indo Pac Club. Differently, we have a media club, music club, we have robotics. That's a picture of them in the upper right hand corner there at some competitions they've done over the past few years. They've done really well. It's super cool. And they use our robotic space and room in the school. We have a service club. We have a STEM club for science, technology, engineering, and math. We have student government, yearbook, and we have several others. I was running out of space, but lots of different options for students to participate in extracurricular life as well here at Girls High. And some special events. If I tried to talk about all of the awesome special events we have here at Girls High, I'd be here all day. So I'm trying to cherry pick these that are awesome and highlight them. On the left-hand side, I mentioned that we do have one of the best dance programs in the city. I would say, looking here, that's our flyer for our dance recital that we put on last year. Again, we put on one spectacular dance recital in the spring every year. Often we have a recital in the daytime for students that they can watch, but we also have the matinee performance that is also later in the day for everyone across the city that would like to join. It's a big production, it's super fun, really awesome way for our students to highlight their experiences and their talents that they picked up and honed throughout the year. Additionally, we have our yearly theater production. Last year it was The Wiz. I don't know what it will be this year, but I imagine something cool and awesome as well. Again, we're building sets, we're doing the makeup, we're wearing the costumes, students are memorizing their lines, putting a lot of effort into it. Really awesome production that they put on in the springtime as well. So keep an eye out for our advertisements for anybody that would like to join in the future. And of course, contest. If you know any Girls High girls, please ask them about contests. They always love to talk about it. It's usually one of the highlights for students that come here. The easiest way to kind of put it is the grades compete against each other for points, prizes, and more. So it's kind of like a school Olympic competition plus, step team competition. Sometimes we have quiz bowl stuff, and students have like their colors and their cheers and everything like that. It's like a party, pep rally, competition, Olympic combination. So ask some Girls High girls that and they will get to explain it in a much greater and better way that I can. But it's a really fun experience that students look forward to all year. And definitely a highlight and a big part of the Girls High tradition. It's been going on for a very, very long time. And another piece that's always fun for students is our grade days, where all students ranging from freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors all get their own dedicated day throughout the year to celebrate themselves. They perform, they celebrate their success. They have special dress code for the day and many other fun things and their own schedules. So it's always a great day and students get to celebrate themselves and celebrate each other. And it's always a great time for students and something that they look forward to as well. And of course, I'd love to talk about some of our student supports. We have a variety of them, and some of them are listed here. For one, we have a National Honor Society, where students are offered academic support through tutoring from other student members that are part of the National Honor Society. So that is student-to-student tutoring, either one-on-one or in small groups. So we pair students appropriately with other students that have done well in a class or have taken the test before or things like that. So we offer it on all levels, from your regular college prep classes through AP and IB as well. So all students can be supported through their academic experience. If students need to get some time with their teachers, there's dedicated office hours for that, where each student is in their room and open to meeting with students either for tutoring or to catch them up on something, or if students need to turn something in, or if they have some clarifying questions, that's always an option as well. And of course, we have our awesome school counselors that are always available for students for both academic and personal needs. So we try to make sure that the entire student is supported both academically, they're getting the enrichment that they need, and they have the support that they need holistically as well. And I'd be remiss if I did not highlight some of our awesome and esteemed alumna that have graduated in the past. Jill Scott is one of our alumna who's awesome. She's arguably one of our most famous alumna at this point. Again, singer, songwriter, model, poet, and actress. She's crushing it right now. Erica Alexander, excuse me, is very much in the same vein. And of course, recently, Constance Clayton has passed away, but she was a Girls High alum, and she was the first African-American woman to serve as the superintendent of the Philadelphia public school system. And in a different vein, we have Shirley Franklin, who was the first African-American female mayor of Atlanta. And of course, one thing I love to say is for any students, whatever their dreams are and their goals, we have an alumna or several alumna that they can get in contact with that would love to talk to them and be a mentor, guide them through the process, and make sure that they're aligned with their goals. They have someone to ask questions to. Again, like I said before, we have a very deep bench when it comes to our alumna and our alumna association. They're always involved in the goings on of Girls High, which is something we are incredibly grateful for and appreciative of. And I would like to thank everybody for their time. And this is a QR code that everyone is open to scan. It opens a Google form that will can be filled out, and it goes straight to me, so that if anyone would like to sign up for or get some additional information or sign up for shadow days or anything like that in the future, feel free, and please communicate. We love to have people answer questions, distribute materials, and everything like that. So again, thank you, everybody. I appreciate your time and look forward to seeing some people at Girls High throughout the year and hopefully next year as well. Thank you.